Remember when I said that TJ McConnell as well as Robert Covington weren't on the team anymore? Well, I'm actually going to go ahead and go into that and explain in this video. So basically, NBA or 2K added a new feature this year, and it included an expansion draft. Well, basically what I did is I added 6 new teams. Well, to be specific, 5 new teams and 1 reoccurring team in the Supersonics, because they used to be a team. I added them to the original 30 that I had, so now we have 36 teams in the league. As you already saw 6 new teams, and I basically went for the teams that stood out to me, the ones that looked cool, the ones that were different from the others, because a lot of them looked the same. I couldn't tell you how many football references as well as like European references. I don't want any of that. I want some new stuff, right? What the NBA needs is new stuff, and anyway, this is our team. You'll notice that there is a lack of star players, but that's what you're, give or take, that's what you're going to get when you're starting off a new team. You're not going to get the upper echelon players. You're just going to get some role players, a lot of below average players, and that's basically who we are. The only player that should be really intriguing to me is Dante Exum. He's a guy that before he was drafted, he was highly sought after. He was highly coveted. Like, I remember they was arguing him being the first overall pick. I know Sixers fans were like, maybe we should take him over Joel Embiid, but after that, after the draft, he kind of fell off a cliff. He got injured, he tore his ACL, and no one really knows about him anymore. So until he fell on our team. And as you can see, the first play of our franchise, Mason Plumlee goes ahead and spin moves and dunks on us. So that's definitely not a good start, but good thing you're gonna see that our only consistent offense right now is Norman Powell. He's the only guy that can create his own shot and maybe, I don't know, actually put the ball in the hoop. Considering this is the NBA, that's your only job. We only have one player that can do that, as Norman Powell basically just hits another 3 on them, and then he goes around and dunks on their faces. I know that Mason Plumlee wanted none of that. You see, he put his hand up to fool the coaches, but no, we know Mason, you didn't want any of that. So now I'm doing a bunch of random stuff with Beasley. I don't know what I'm doing here, and Exum looked open for a second, and then Damian Lillard had some rockets on his feet, and I don't know how, but he contested that shot, and then he goes ahead, puts the rockets back on, and basically blows past Dante Exum. And yeah, Exum misses another layup. He is a project. Even though I was talking highly about him in the beginning of the video, he has a lot of work to do. As you see here, basically gets his life destroyed by Damian Lillard, crosses him over and then shoots the 3. Damian Lillard is one of the only guys in the NBA that can do that, though. Of course, the first game that we play in, the first game that I played in a long time, Damian Lillard has to do that. I get Damian Lillard as my opponent. Probably one of the best offensive players in the game. Hopefully he finally hopefully he gets into an All-Star this year. And we can't forget about CJ McCollum as well. The Blazers are such a dynamic team. They really should be better in real life. It's kind of surprising that they are where they are. I think they're either 500 or a little below 500, as Ish Smith finally stops Lillard there. If he made that, I might have had to quit right there. That might have been the end for me, so good thing he missed that. But back to the Blazers. They're a pretty well constructed team. Their GM, he did a pretty good job, and before I get back into that, Ben McLemore actually makes a shot for once in his life. And you're going to see, pay attention to the score here, is 21-20. We're not going to score for a very long time as Mo Harkless hits the 3. So the Blazers have a lot of good wing players, as well as 2 star backcourt players with McCollum and Lillard. And they have a bunch of good big men. In terms of passing the ball, Mason Plumlee is a good passer. He fits into the system. So there's really no explanation why they're doing this bad in real life. As Al-Farouq Aminu, the Prince of Nigeria, goes ahead and makes the Pattern 2K BS3, where it hits the top of the backboard, goes across the world, and finally goes in. So that only happens in 2K. It never happens anywhere else. Not in real life to the degree it happens in this game. Literally, once 1 out of 5 threes, you know, that's how it goes in, as we get blocked twice and we give it a Norman Powell for 3. That basically summarizes our offense. None of our guys can score except Norman Powell. And we're going down the second quarter. We gotta stop Lillard here. Gets a screen, step back, hesitation, and good thing he missed that. Alright, so we're not doing too bad right now. Even though we didn't score for like 5 minutes, we caught up, and we're actually shooting a higher field goal percentage than them, which is kind of ironic. But I turned the ball over so many times during this game, but hopefully I get better with that. And we double team, we crash the guard Mason Plumlee, and we leave Lillard wide open for 3. Yeah, we definitely need to stop doing that. Like, that's probably the worst thing we can do, as here Jeremy Grant gives it to Michael Beasley for 2 and puts it in. Michael Beasley is an interesting guy, and oh my god, Exum. Yeah, Exum, you're not looking good this video. Mason Plumlee basically just ended his life again, you know. You know what, we should forget about that. Forget that even happened. We should do Dante a favor and forget that happened. So Dante's pulling some BS, going around 3 defenders and pass it off for Beasley. A pretty good offensive player, just not really good at anything else. And as we turn the ball over for the umpteenth time, the billionth time, and then we block Lillard here, so that's good. And we give it a Crab, and who's gonna give it to Ezeli that finishes it. So, alright, so Ezeli's a guy I like, and you're gonna see here the Blazers pull off some cheese, and they basically cherry pick. So thank you, Blazers. You know, good job there. You cheapskates. You know, this game's already hard enough as it is, and I get destroyed by Lillard again, and there you go. 2K does it again. So, and then we fast forward to Al Farouk missing a 3 for once. And we give it down to Rodney Hollis Jefferson, who gives it to Allen Crabbe. And there we go. Allen Crabbe's a guy that, if he's open, he's gonna knock it down. I remember at the beginning of this game, he was really good because he had like a 93 ball. He was pretty much automatic, and they fixed that. And now he has an 81, so he's not as good, but he's still nice. And we pretty much did the impossible, and Mitch McGary scored on us, so there's that. I didn't even know he was on the Blazers. I'm pretty sure, I don't even know he was on the team. And you're gonna see here, Jeremy Grant destroys Myers Leonard. I think that's Myers Leonard, I can't really see. He looks pretty much the same as Mason Plumlee here. And so if I were Myers Leonard, I would leave after that, you know, don't even be in the game. And I get destroyed by Mason Plumlee again. That guy has been destroying us the whole game. And you see Ish Smith get 2 offensive rebounds, pass it down to Powell, and give it back to the guy that started. Give it to Ish, and he knocks down the 3. Ish is definitely probably one of the better backup point guards in the game, as we leave McCollum wide open again. I don't know why we're doing that. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're down like a few, and Norman Powell, there he goes again. I think I had like 3 or 4 dunks with the guy, so he was the only guy that generated offense for us. But hopefully we can come back. We're down 6. McCollum with the ball, crossover, gives it to Lillard, to Heartless, back to Lillard. And that was a pretty nice play, and I like that. You know, 2K doesn't really run plays and all that, but that looked like a handoff, so I'm gonna give him credit for that. So we're down the stretch. We're definitely gonna give it to Powell here, and he's gonna run our offense, pass it down to Ish Smith. Ish is gonna be playing the fourth quarter because Dante Exum doesn't know how to play basketball. And there we go, the most unappealing alley-oop in NBA history. Ish breaks down the defense. I don't know why he didn't dunk that. His like forearm was over the rim. Yeah, he decided just to tap that in. Well, you know, it's just get the easy 2. Can't really blame him. And we leave Mo Harkless wide open. We need to stop doing that, but thank goodness he misses, and we block one of the 2 centers of the game, since we took Ezeli from this team. And Norman Powell goes ahead and gives us 2 points, and we're only down 4. I mean, it's kind of crazy because we were losing the entire game. So can we come back and steal this on our home court? First game of the season, so let's see what we can do. Lillard with the ball. dribbling left. He's not really doing anything. He's just standing there. Gets a screen. Please don't make that. Thank you. If he made that, I would have been really upset. Ish Smith at a fast break, and please don't ask me why I took that. That was a really dumb shot with Ish Smith. Forget that happened. As all we need to do now is get one stop. If we can get one stop, we can bring it to a 2-point game, and Lord knows what happened then. And there we go. Scalabissiere proving why I have him in a couple minutes over Ezeli, because Scalabissiere is weird because he's for some reason he's a good mid-range shooter, but he's also pretty skinny and tall as hell, so he can play some pretty good defense. That's why I have him out there. Also because I don't know how to manage my minutes. That's probably why. But forget about that. Let's move back in. Pick and roll with I think that's Michael Beasley, and the skipperoonie, and yep, go ahead and get the dunk again. That was really nice, and I'm proud of myself for that one. And really only down 2, so if we get this one last stop, we can win the game. So this will prove this will show what we are made of. Come on, guys. Lillard doing nothing again. Gives it down to McCollum. McCollum step back 3, please. No. Oh, yeah. It was bound to happen because they missed a wide open 3. McCollum basically takes it over and makes it. So I basically cheese there. I go back to half court with my power forward, then I go back and score. So basically we're pretty much done, and after I take that really dumb shot, it's pretty much game over. Don't ask me why I took that. The clock was running down. I still had a timeout, but I didn't want to use that. I wanted to save that just in case I made it. So yeah, okay, we lost a very close game to the Blazers. I'm not too upset. We played pretty well. Lillard shot 36 times and he only made 14, so I guess he wasn't killing us. So not bad for our first game of the season, guys.